people are so frightened. They live their lives
in fear.
In perpetual fear.
Yes.
You've talked about what is health. Let's talk about what causes disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you will, how you are able to come in and replacing, literally, the image, reality that caused the fear and the disease.
So let's come back to fear. Very interestingly, in my country, in Brittany, what used to be the countries of my ancestors, there were 7 healer gods that, of course, are called today 7 healer saints. At the top of the food chain of healing is the same disease and the same god or saint that heals the supreme disease from which all other arise, which was fear. Fear. But fear, it's too simple, it's too easy, it's an easy shot, goes with something else. Everybody, deep inside, has a very legitimate fear that goes with guilt. Some kind of a collective responsibility of what we have done. Not only to others, not even to the environment, but to ourselves. I wish so much people could become selfish, you know, not egotistic, but enjoy this wonderful gift, this wonderful difference that's within, that's called a self. But they're not even selfish. Why should they smoke, use drugs, use alcohol, be detrimental to themselves, use toxic products all the time, being in perpetual conflict between mind, body, between what they really aspire to in their heart and what they do with their life, in terms of money making, for instance? No, that's a global fear that relates to a global guilt, and that goes way back to an actual fact of complete self-destruction. Disease comes from separation. We are separated from the divine disease. We are separated from one another, disease. We are separated from ourselves. Deep inside, we're all shattered. Disease. That's what it is. It's more than a disease, actually. It's a self-destruction. Everything is self. In my language, we also say, we never die. We always kill ourselves. It's like a choice. But for most people, it's not even a choice. They just are compelled to destroy themselves, destroy one another, destroy their own family, and destroy their country, and destroy the world. And this was not the way. Man isn't evil. That's where I would clash with the Catholic Church. There is no original sin. There was an original blessing. Thank you, Matthew Fox. Okay? We have been all blessed with this choice. The only choice we have is to say yes, to surrender. Yes, God, thank you. This is so, I don't even want your free will anymore. You know, I want to comply to your will. And what a joy, what greatness, what fulfillment. This is bliss on tap.
The state of what I'm going to call my language, coherent meaning and purpose, this divine quality that you were talking about. Conflict comes in, fear comes in, shatters that coherent energy, and the dis-ease of that breaks the whole, fractures the whole thing. So let's talk a little bit about the origin of disease.
We are the lymphocyte T4 of this planet. We are the guardians, the enlightened guardians of this planet, whom we have started to kill, to dominate, to destroy. And the earth is dying from AIDS, we are dying from AIDS. Oh, how weird it is. Every disease reproduces what we are inflicting to our own geo self, our greater self, our living self. Nothing less and nothing more. And when you join in, when you atone for life and try to do something positive for others and for life, you are healing yourself in the same time, in the same process, because you transcend your little self to a greater self, and systems of reciprocation immediately take place, and you are better. You feel so much better. You don't have any idea how people 15 years ago in Europe were feeling good about themselves just by knowing they were contributing to saving the children in Africa, saving the environment, the endangered species, saving the American Indian, doing something good. Actually, my healing in the system was just unimportant. The healing was taking place in their own psyche, in their own heart. For the first time in their life, they were feeling good. They could pretend they are good to others, but deep inside they knew they were doing the wrong thing. All of a sudden, for the first time, even though they wouldn't have never thought they could have done something positive. They were doing something great, and they were associated to doing something great, and they were feeling great, and there was no room for death, and no room for cancer, and no room for AIDS or whatever. That's the trick. That's the trick of health, to associate people to their own healing, a global one. Always go to the higher picture of life.